Matt, you got this question. People talk about, is this guy going to be prosecuted? What would the crime be? But there's also a question of, would it be in federal court or state court? The feds are taking the position as a federal matter. The state says we should be allowed to investigate this. It's going to be interesting if a judge, a federal or state judge, adjudicates this. Do you agree with me, Matt, that the Trump Justice Department is never going to indict this guy for anything, correct?
Trump Justice Department's never going to indict this guy for anything. No serious court. Now, a lot of these state courts are as crazy kangaroo courts as it can really get, but no federal court is going to allow this to go forward in any kind of state jurisdiction because, as everyone has already outlined today, the state doesn't have jurisdiction here. And Tim Walz keeps talking about Ruby Bridges, keeps talking about all these different things to suggest they want a war with the federal government. But I think everyone recognizes the fact that Tim Walz wants to change the subject from a $9 billion fraud investigation. That's what Jacob Frey wants too. He is identified in this case as much as anything. But just going back to the events yesterday, I do think it's crazy that in 2026, we've got hundreds of cell phones, we've got a million angles of this happening, and we're still having this big disagreement about what we see with our own eyes happening. I think Julian did a fantastic job outlining different parts of what we can all see in the footage about where the officer was, what happened, the fact that we can see bullet holes through that front window. So I think when we get to this media bias, the offense is not just getting facts wrong about what we can all see, but it's also assigning the intent here. And I think that you are innocent until proven guilty unless you are in a group that is a good political target here. And I think that's a real issue. And that's why JD Vance wanted to light the world on fire about this. But there's a lot of details that really matter here. The fact that this same officer had been hit and dragged before absolutely informed what he was thinking going into this altercation. The fact that cars have been used to ram and interfere with ICE operations around the country, that does matter here. And so I think that it's wild to see media try and debate what we can see with our own eyes. This isn't going to go anywhere, but it might give these Democrats in Minnesota a couple days respite from the conversation about fraud they so desperately want to change the topic from.
Very glad to say that Cozy Earth is back as a sponsor. I wore my Cozy Earth pants all vacation. I wore them to the beach, and then I wore them, I'll mention the brand, I wore them to brunch at the Four Seasons. And no one said, Mark, why are you wearing your Cozy Earth pants here at the fancy Four Seasons? You just wore them on the beach. No one was the wiser. Cozy Earth products available, 20% off now, including the pants. CozyEarth.com, promo code 2WMM. That extends to the sheets, the bamboo sheets, the bubble cuddle blanket, all of the different pants that I love so much. Give the gift of luxury this year. Buy some for yourself. Make every moment comfortable. Head to CozyEarth.com. Use my code 2WMM for 20% off everything on the site. Be sure to mention you heard about Cozy Earth here. Some of you mentioned to me that you got Cozy Earth products over the holidays for your loved ones or got them as a gift, and everybody was very pleased. So right now, CozyEarth.com, promo code 2WMM for 20% off everything on the site.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.